Hi everybody, it's Heather with Diamonds and Dragonflies and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you and I hope you decide to stay. And if you are returning to my channel, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you here. Your support and loyalty means everything to me. So today I'm here with my weekly whip and chat and I am trying to finish up this baby Highland cow. If you've been, if you are returning to my channel, you would have seen me most likely unbox this last week. I unboxed this, I think it was Monday or Tuesday. I unboxed this beautiful kit from Meldell Crafts. This kit is from Diamond Art Studio UK. Meldell Crafts is the artist, and I fell in love with it. I unboxed three kits from the same artist, all newly released from Diamond Art Studio UK. And this one was the smallest. This was the 40 by 40. Then there's a 50 by 50, which was the mole one. And then there's a 60 by 60, which was called the Enchanted Forest. When I saw him, he made me so stinking happy that I could not wait. And I decided to make this my road project. I am recently back from going to see my daughter graduate college with her master's degree, which we'll get more into that in a little bit. And I decided instead of taking small minis and things like that, I wanted to take this. So I kitted it up. I did that last week in my kit up and chat last Friday. And here I am. I'm down to 3 sections. We're going to work on this one today. So I've got all my stuff here. I've got all my things. I'm kitted up into my Elizabeth Wards for this because I was traveling. So let's go ahead and get that out. And then I'm going to show you my accessories that all traveled with me in this project bag from Wolfgazer Studios. Unfortunately, this fabric is no longer available. And I'm just going to put a little plug out there that these project bags are amazing. I highly recommend that you constantly check Wolfgazer to see what they have. Her bags are the most affordable I have found on the market. They are good, heavy quality. And guys, I don't know how I diamond painted for 3 years without these. I truly don't. But with Joann Fabrics closing, it's making getting fabric that is constantly available a little more challenging. So if you see one that you like, grab it because there's no guarantee it's going to be there the next day. I'm not trying to create any FOMO, but if you really, really like the bag and you can do it, grab it. I do have a discount code that you can use. It is Dragonfly15. I'm going to put that right here on screen. So Dragonfly15, that saves you 15% off. I think she's running a sale, though, of 20% off through the end of the month. She is trying to raise funds to cover legal fees for a custody battle that she has unfortunately been drawn into with her ex regarding their daughter. So there will be a link down below in this video to her shop. There will also be a link to her GoFundMe if you would like to make any type of donation to help out Wolfgazer Studios. She did not ask me to do that. I just want to make that clear. It is my choice of sharing this. She is a member of my Diamond Tribe. She has been for close to a year now. She took a little break for a couple of months, but then with this whole custody thing, but then realized she needed the support of the most amazing women that you'll ever find in the Diamond Tribe. And she came back, and we're so glad to have her back and so glad to try and help and support her in this unfortunate dilemma that she is in right now. So all of that information will be down below. All right, let's see. I'm going to show you why I love these. Because of everything, I can keep all of my accessories for this kit in this bag. I don't have to go looking for anything. If I'm in a hurry, I can just grab the bag and go. I'm good to go. All right, so the first thing I have in here is the tray I've been using. This is the Hello Spring tray from Yellow Dog Designs in Canada. I loved it. I thought it was really, really pretty. Guys, I just saw and ordered last night. They are sponsoring Myths and Stars, which is an event in June, and did an amazing event tray. So I ordered. It is on its way to me. So I'm super excited about that. Carrie and Doug are the sweetest, most loving people you'll ever find. They also did the Just Breathe tray. So I'm using that with another kit. That's why it's not with this one. It's with my Just Breathe kit. So love, love, love their trays. This is the regular tray size. Okay, they do have an extra large, which is bigger, and then they have a smaller, narrower one for those that have small hands or only like to have a small tray in their hand. So we've got my yellow dog tray. We have extra release papers. The release papers I am using on this project are from Bee's Crafty Corner. These are her Sunflower Highland Cows, and the ones I'm using are matte thick. I love them. They've been great. I've been going through and cycling and using all of her papers. The only thing I will say about the matte thick, it did make it a little challenging rolling the canvas to put it in my canister. I have a tube from Craftably when they were in business that I use for traveling purposes, and it does make it slightly challenging to roll the canvas when you do have the thick ones on. Thin ones, no issue. So if you travel a lot, you might want to think about getting the matte thick or the gloss, or I'm sorry, matte thin or glossy thin, or any of the hollow papers. Those are much thinner as well. So just some food for thought. But typically when I'm home, I like using these. They help, in my opinion, block out more of the dog hair that it can't seep in under the sides and corners. So there we have that. All right, next up I have my trash pot. This is from WendyK Designs. She is another sponsor of Just Breathe. She also has been sponsoring a lot of events. She makes the most beautiful resin work. And this is one of the little trash pots that she made for me recently. And so I have my trash in there. I also have a miscellaneous oh, and then I throw drills on the floor. Let me grab these. There we go. All right. So, you know, there is quite a bit of trash in here, which is kind of surprising for a 40 by 40. As you can see, most of it is black, and we all know about the black drills. So we've got our trash pot. Then I have tweezers. These are just from Ever After. I am really loving their tweezers. And guys, I don't like pink. So the fact that I'm using pink tweezers just tells you how much I love these. I keep the plastic cover on the tip because I don't want to reach into my bag and accidentally stab myself. And I love that it says create your own fairy tale. It's like I have a little mental health affirmation when I use those. So I have those out. I am using the Just Breathe 2025 putty holder from Creations Morin. This has undergone 2 iterations. This was the version 2, which she made everything square. And then she has gone back and re-upped this, and it now has rounded edges. But what it is that it's perfect for me to put my putty in here. I do go ahead and leave it on the paper. You don't have to. There's no reason, nothing that says you have to do that, but that's what I chose to do. Now inside there, let me grab my pack that the putty goes in. This is the March 2025 scent of the month called White Cake. I actually unboxed this in a previous sponsor showcase talking about that I grabbed this off of the clearance overstock. Unfortunately, guys, there is no more available. So it is possible it will come back this year if it is voted into the everyday collection. I'm going to grab a sip here real quick, guys. And just to do a shout out, this is actually the Just Breathe tumbler from last year from JeniRose. This year's is dirty, so it has to be washed. And so I just grabbed this one. I always have a tumbler. JeniRose is my favorite. I have more tumblers from her than anybody else. She is an amazing individual. And I highly, highly, highly recommend JeniRose. So it's not too late. I do have, I have a discount code Dragonfly10 for her shop. She also sells release papers. But she is doing a special one for the event that I think is for 15% off. Give me 1 second. I probably should have posted that. So I'm going to the handy dandy iPad Facebook. And let's go to Just Breathe. It doesn't want to pop up here. Okay, so let's just type it in. Oh, there it is. All right, Just Breathe. And I'm going to go to Featured. And here are sponsors. Let's see. Oh, WendyK Designs. I have a code with her, Dragonfly 10 as well. But it is Just Breathe 15 for 15% off. And Yellow Dog has one as well, which is Just Breathe 10 for 10% off. And I'm still looking for JeniRose. Hold on a second. Here we go. Okay, JeniRose. Nope, it's just mine. Dragonfly 10. Okay, for 10% off. So take advantage. Black Dahlia, once again, same thing. I have a code, Dragonfly 10. I do think she did. Hold on, let me open this back up. I'm pretty sure Black Dahlia did a separate one. Yes, Just Breathe 15 for 15% off for the event. Please, if you are not part of the event, do not use the event codes. Just use mine, Dragonfly 10. It's very rude to go and use a discount code, which is going to cost the shop owner to lose money for an event that you're not participating in. So please have that courtesy. That's why all of these, I do not have a code for Yellow Dog. Sabrina, Bee's Crafty Corner, Dragonfly 10. WendyK, Dragonfly 10. Ever After, Dragonfly 10. Creations Morin, Dragonfly 10. Did she do a special one? No. Okay. Dragonfly 10. Black Dahlia, Dragonfly 10. So far I've given you, and Diamond Art Studio UK, Dragonfly 10. Wolfgazer is Dragonfly 15. All right, what else am I? All right, we did the putty, so we can pull that out. And then I got this adorable cover minder from Randa's Crafty Corner. I love the slogan, it's fine, I'm fine, everything is fine, but it's always a cat, and I'm not a cat person. So when I saw the Highland Cow, I had to snatch this up. And Randa's is doing a code for the event, which is Just Breathe 2025 for 15% off at her shop. I do not have a normal everyday code for Randa's, but you've got the Just Breathe 2025 for 15% off. Randa sells putty, candles. She has a couple of diamond paintings that she sells, and then a lot of cover minders. And all of her products are top notch. All right, then also in here, I have my Dream Wax, which is my wax. There is a code for the event as well. Just Breathe 15 for 15% off. And I'm doing Vanilla Cream. You can see I've used this one a lot. I love this one a lot. This one to me goes perfect with white cake. So it was a natural option. And then I have this pen from Enabler's Outpost. This was a pen that they did for an emergency stash drop to raise some much needed funds immediately. It is so beautiful. It's got like, if you're a child of the late 70s and 80s, you might have remembered that there used to be this loom set that you could buy where you had these thin strips that were bands that you would latch over and you would interweave them and make pot holders. That's what the inside of this reminds me of. And I just thought all the spring bright colors went with this. This is one of their thick pens. They have a variety of different sizes, and this is a thick, which is perfect for me. Enabler's Outpost is a sponsor of Just Breathe as well. They did not do a discount code for this, but that is totally okay. Some of the small shops are really hurting right now. And then I have my single placer and my 6 placer from Diamond Art Club's thin multi-metal placers. These are not the threaded. These are the regular. And if you watched my video on whether or not to use washi tape or hot glue on your multi-placers you put in, these are hot glued in. Okay, so those are hot glued in. And then around the whole thing is my Waterbug Gardens washi tape. I thought it matched really, really well for the whole like field theme, you know, kind of theme going on here with the cow. Waterbug Gardens is also a sponsor of the event, and I do have a code with her as well, Dragonfly 10. Miss Erin was fortunate enough in week 1. She won the Waterbug Garden washi tape bundle. She got to go and pick out 4 washi tapes to receive for free. So thank you, Katie, for sponsoring Just Breathe. Thank you to all of my sponsors. And just so you guys can see, this is the finished product. This is what it's going to look like. So we are going to be working on this part of his nose and part of his mouth and cheek. So that's where we're going to be today. All right, so let's leave that out. I've got this. I am going to pause. I'm going to get myself all situated, get the camera ready, and then we're going to chit chat for a little while. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. So I've got everything set up. You might be asking why I'm using a cover minder if I'm using release papers, because I have them and they're so pretty. And so I stick them on nearby so I can still look at it. He makes me smile every time I look at him. All right, let's go and open this section. One of the things that I really like about this artist and their artwork is that they do the whole black outlining thing like you would for like a coloring page. And I love it. I absolutely love that. So that's always the first thing I start with. So we're going to pour some 310 in here. Give our tray a little shake. And then I'm just going to show you what I do. Obviously, everybody diamond paints however they want to. But one of the first things I do is I go and I look into, after I shake my tray, and I pull out any drills that I happen to take notice of that aren't lined up right and that have little tabs. Oh, where did it go? And then I just lost that one. All right, let me shake this up again. So, you know, like this one right here, that's got tabs on it. So it's not going to lay right. Yeah, we got another one over here. It's got a chunk on it. Black is infamous for being trashy. Part of it, I think, is because you got to think and figure that they probably produce more 310 drills than any other DMC color. You can see there's also like a little extra piece here. So I'm just going to snag that on the end of my multi-placer and dispose of it in my trash drill. All right. Oh, nope. It's stuck fast in my finger. Get off. It doesn't want to leave. All right. So let's get started. All right. So what has been going on in my personal life? Well, guys, first off, I want to say hello, and I hope you guys are having a great start to your week. I hope that Monday did not come at you hard and that you made it through. And here you are Tuesday to sit down and join me. I am filming this on Monday, so I don't know what my day is going to end up turning out to be like. I do have a doctor's appointment later today. Nothing major. I just have my monthly pain management appointment, and I'll talk about that more in a little bit. So let's back up and go back and talk about what went on in my life last week. I have a very as I've mentioned before, my husband and I have been struggling in our marriage. My husband is having a really hard time. His mental health is completely and utterly in the toilet. And it's been a strain on him. It's been a strain on me. It's been a strain on our family. And, of course, our marriage. Things didn't necessarily go as expected And there's been a lot of emotional ups and downs. This June will make 20 years since my husband and I started to date. This November will make our 19th wedding anniversary. And the past few years have really been hard. My mental health diagnosis is a hard one to live with. It's been a strain on the relationship. It's been a strain on my life. Guys, I'm going to raise this just a little bit because I keep hitting. There we go. I think, yep, that'll be better. I keep hitting the camera with my multi-placer. And some, you know, I'm all for let's work on it and let's figure it out. And my husband currently is in the, it can't be fixed, it's permanently broken. He's locked in negativity. So we're working on that. I am full of hope. It's actually kind of a joke because that is my maiden name, is Hope. I was born Heather Jeanette Hope. And I'm filled with it. I don't like to give up. Especially if I feel very passionately or adamant about having a differing opinion. So it's hard for me to keep my mouth shut, which is really what I need to do right now. I really need to keep my mouth shut. I need to back off. I need to give him time, give him space, but yet let him know that I am here. And that can be a very difficult thing to do. I'm also not a patient person. So I got a lot going against me in this situation, trust me. So, you know, I'm trying to find my footing. You know, faced with the prospect of ending our marriage, I have cycled through all of the emotions. But the one thing that I keep coming back to is that no matter what the situation or the scenario, I'm never happy about it. I don't ever, when I think about us separating or even divorcing, there is no sense of relief in any way, shape, or form. I have had close friends and family go and say to me, well, but you complain about blank, and that wouldn't be there. And yes, that's true. That's not a lie. I would still rather be with him than not be. And so, you know, my natural instinct is to fight for what I want. Well, when someone is feeling like the walls are closing in and they're suffocating, the last thing that they need is someone in their face fighting them and telling them they're wrong, telling them that, you know, they need to make different choices. And guys, you know, having borderline personality disorder, I've talked about teenage Heather. She is all about saying you are freaking wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. She has absolutely no filter and has no qualms or problems with telling people that she thinks they're full of crap. And if you just did it my way, it would be totally fine. And that's not always the case. And that's not a good way to be. I can feel that inside, but I don't need to be throwing it around. We'll put it that way. So Thursday, I left to go to my daughter's graduation. So Emily graduated Saturday, May 10th, with her master's degree in clinical psychology. To say that I am proud of the daughter, if you've been around on my channel for a while, you know that she's often referred to as the daughter. I have 3 children, if you are new. I have a 32-year-old daughter, Samantha, who is severely autistic and has pervasive developmental delay. She functions on about a 6-year-old's level overall. There are some things that she is right up there, 32 years old with, but most things she's at around a 6-year-old's ability level. We'll put it that way. Samantha lives in a townhouse in Owings Mills, Maryland, through a residential company, or organization, I should say, that provides her housing. She has a roommate, and they have 24-hour awake staff. So there's 2 people that are there every day for 12 hours, and then 2 people that come in for the night for 12 hours, and they are awake the entire time that they are there. They help facilitate her needs, make sure she's safe, administer her medications, entertain her, play games with her or whatever, watch TV with her, whatever she wants to do. So let me scoot this up a little bit because I don't think you guys, there we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. So I have Sammy. I feel like, it's a dating app thing. Samantha enjoys playing on her iPad, watching Disney movies and other animated movies, is a Harry Potter freak, a Snoopy freak, and a Sesame Street freak, along with, of course, the wonderful magical world of Disney. She can be found with her Beanie Baby, which is her sensory tapper that she uses to tap on her chin to help calm down her senses and stimulate her throughout the day. Currently, that choice is Winnie the Pooh dressed like a rabbit. So, Sammy's awesome. She's amazing. She was here. I did not get to see her for Mother's Day this year because I was in West Virginia. I will see her for Memorial Day, though. She will be here for Memorial Day. Then there's William. William turned 26 in December. He is a fellow December baby for me. Unfortunately, he is a Sagittarius and I am a Capricorn, so he was not born during the right part of the month, but he was impatient. He was due January 3rd, and he decided, nope, I want to come now. So there you have it. William is an architect. He graduated in 2022 from a 5-year architecture program at Virginia Tech in Blacksburg, Virginia. He has, June 1st, will make 3 years that he has been at his current architecture firm in Columbia, Maryland, and he is doing amazing. Absolutely amazing. And then I have Emily. Emily is my 24-year-old. She will be 25 in October. She is my Libra. Oh, no, that one's fine. Okay. It was a shadow. I thought it had like a little lump on the side of it, but nope, it was just a shadow. And she got her undergrad in 2023 in clinical psychology. She received a Bachelor of Science. And then Saturday, she received her Master of Arts in clinical psychology. Lots of things are changing for Emily right now. She is also my mini-me. She diamond paints. We look alike, we sound alike, and we can finish each other's sentences. I know what she's going to say before she says it. She knows what I'm going to say before I say it. And she is my best friend. She is my best friend in the entire world. I'm pretty sure she would say the same about me overall. Yeah, she's pretty fantastic. She has interacted with a lot of members of the Diamond Tribe, and because she participates in activities that we do and the events we're doing. She did Frankly Spooky with us. She's currently doing the Mystery Mania event with us, and it's been a lot of fun. But yeah, she walked the stage, and we saw her get her degree. She got her hood and got hooded, and it was amazing. We got there Thursday, and we saw her that evening. We stopped at the Flight 93 Memorial on our way back, or on our way there, I should say. She went to school in West Virginia, so we were traveling to West Virginia. So we took a detour and spent a few hours at the Flight 93 Memorial in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. We went to the Tower of Voices, and it was breathtaking. The Tower of Voices is a 93-foot high tower that is comprises 5 individual towers inside, each of which holds 8 chimes, for a total of 40 chimes, to represent the 40 people who gave their life on Flight 93 on September 11th, 2001. When the wind blows more than 12 miles an hour, the chimes will move and they will start to play. When we first got there and sat down at the tower, the air was still. There was no breeze. About 5 minutes after sitting down, the wind started picking up, and then they started chiming. It literally gives you goosebumps. It was designed to make it kind of sound like it was the sound of the passengers, their voices ringing out. And you definitely get that feeling. It was like they were there with us. 9/11, for those of us that were alive, adults, older teenagers, that during that time frame in that day, it's one of those things where, people ask, where were you when the towers fell? Where were you when 40 people rose up against terrorism and oppression and gave their lives to fight to take back the plane to prevent further loss of life? They do great honor to their sacrifice. Very, very great honor to their sacrifice. It also makes you think about not taking for granted the ability to tell your loved one that you love them. I don't believe that people should live with the fear that every time they walk out the door, they might not come back. But I do think, gosh, I keep hitting the camera. Sorry, guys. I do think that you should stop and say it more often than not, because you do not know when the ability to say it is going to get taken away from you. Life's too short, guys. Way too short. All right, so I got all of that done. So we got the outlining done. So I'm going to go and fill in the little bit of sky that is showing here, and we're going to work on that next. So that was very moving. We got to our hotel a little later than we expected, but we were not in any major rush. Emily came down from the top of the mountain. Her college sits on the top of a mountain in West Virginia. So she came down the hill, or down the mountain, and we went out to dinner. We were going to go to a local place called Later Alligator, but unfortunately they closed at 9 o'clock, closed at 8 o'clock. And it was 7:30 by the time we got together with Emily. So we ended up going to El Paso Mexican Grill. I was not a fan. Emily seemed to love it. I do not remember what it is that she got. She's eaten there before. I got some enchiladas, and I don't know what the sauce is that they used, but it was not tasty, in my opinion. But Emily went on and on and on about her new job. So on top of graduating, Emily started her new job last Monday. She is working for a women's treatment rehab facility as their clinical psychologist. It was so fun to hear her sit and talk and refer to her team, because she has now a team of counselors underneath her that runs some of the groups that she helps manage the clients that they are treating and meets with them as well. And it was really cool. It was really neat to see her face light up as she's talking about these amazing women that are fighting to get their lives back. To hear her talk about her staff. She that week had ran her first group with these women, and her coworkers were blown away at her knowledge for her age, and actually stated the fact that they themselves were educated with information that she had and explanations of stuff that they had wrong or that they did not realize was the case. She then got a visit from the clinical director, who kind of oversees the entire practice or the entire facility. And he actually has only been there a week longer than Emily. He is new himself, but told him how many people came up to him, both fellow coworkers and clients, stating about how much they loved her group. They wanted her to run more groups, how educated she was. Just kind of went on and on and on about her. She was beaming, guys. She was absolutely beaming. Emily is the youngest staff member. She's 24. And for her to talk about how much, you do not belong in there. You are close, but not the same color. How much respect and admiration they had for her, how they were blown away by her personality and her knowledge. was one of the greatest compliments she could have gotten. Friday, we were on our own. We did have plans to have dessert around 8:30 with Emily, and that didn't really go as planned, thanks to my ex-husband, who her father arrived Friday evening. He got stuck in traffic, so he was late upon arriving, so they went to dinner late, and they went to show him their new house, and didn't think they would be able to get inside yet because they didn't officially take ownership until Saturday. But it turned out that the landlord was there painting, and so they were able to go in and show him around. Emily was supposed to, after dinner, be going to get Boo-Boogie, my grand dog, Juno, so that we could see her, and we were going to go to Cold Stone, and I could get Juno a pup cup. That didn't happen. Emily and I got into a little bit of an emotional disagreement. Her ability to communicate and keep people informed has been nil. Zero, zilch for the past week or so. I understand she's under a lot of stress. She's got a lot of things. I mean, her whole world is changing this week. New job, no longer in college, new place to live. It's a lot. New responsibilities. You know, it is a lot to handle. We worked past it. It's fine. She did end up coming down at 10 o'clock. Well, 9:30. She got there close to 10. With Juno. She couldn't come into the hotel because the hotel we were staying at had a strict no dogs policy unless they were official service animals. But I went outside and sat with her and Juno, and I got to see my grand dog. Unfortunately, it turned out that that is the one and only time that I got to see Juno this past weekend, which was a little upsetting. I didn't get to say goodbye. I thought I was going to get to see her on Sunday or Saturday, and that didn't work out. So that was a bit of a bummer. It's kind of disappointed in that, but you know, shit happens. So during the day, we went to, while she was at work, we went to the Oglebay Zoo. I had a great time. I love zoos. I try to go to as many zoos as I can possibly go to whenever I possibly can. And I had a blast. I made very good friends with a Nubian goat named Blue, who literally wanted to climb out and come stay with me. Had some face-to-face conversations with a entire family of Red River hogs. They are a form of warthog. It was Poe and Raven were the parents, and then Edgar, and then the three new piglets who have not been named yet. Edgar is a little over a year old, and he was trying to chew his way out of the enclosure so that we could pet him. It was pretty awesome. So we had a great time at the zoo, got to see lots and lots of animals. Their enclosures and habitats were very natural and weren't all the animals seemed very, very happy. None of the animals were showing any signs of distress or having anxiety or unhappy or uncomfortable in their living situation. So it was really, really nice. Really nice. They happen to be a breeding ground for red wolves. So they have a small pack that has been reproducing and breeding. So that was really kind of exciting. The wolves were the one animal that we didn't really see a whole lot of. They kept their distance and they were in a very wooded enclosure, very large wooded enclosure. So we really didn't get to see them too well. But we still had a really nice time, and we could see them from a distance. But we had a really nice, enjoyable and stuff time at the zoo. Saturday was all about graduation. We went to a breakfast that morning that the psychology department threw. We got to meet the 5 other people that were graduating with their master's degrees in clinical psychology, which was very nice and very exciting. And the really cool part is it was a large range of ages. Emily was the youngest, and then the oldest was my age, was early 50s. So that was pretty exciting, and really, really nice. So, and we also got to meet and talk to 2 of her professors. So we had a really nice time with that. Then at 11 was the actual graduation ceremony, which was not too much of a bore. I have attended a lot of graduation ceremonies now in my lifetime, and it kept me engaged. It wasn't too terribly long. We got to see Emily walk. We were not able to get video because we pretty much had to watch from the overhead Jumbotron, because we had to sit too far back. Let me grab a sip. So that was a bit of a bummer, but we got to see it all. So there wasn't any problems with that. And then after that, we took her to Pittsburgh, which is about 45 minutes north. We took her to Pittsburgh, and we went to Burgatory for her graduation dinner. Her father left right after graduation. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. Sorry. They say that there's a reason why they're your exes. I'm actually kind of pleased because unless my children decide to get married or have children of their own, I don't think I will ever see Bill again. And I'm totally okay with that. I do not have any qualms about that whatsoever. Okay, so I just finished the sky. Let me switch gears here just for a second. So I just finished the sky portion in there. So let's see, what do I want to do now? Let's do the rest of the grasses, and then we'll start on the cow, and work on that part of him. So that's what we did Saturday. We came back to the hotel. We went and got in the indoor pool. We didn't get into the pool. We got into the hot tub, which needed to be hotter. But when we were there in March, it was super cold. Someone had forgotten to turn the heater on, period. So at least it was warm, but probably needed to be about 5 or 10 degrees hotter to actually be effective. It was not the relaxing, enjoyable time that we were hoping, because there was a woman there with 5 children, probably ranging in age from, I'm going to say probably 5 to 12, that was not watching her kids and was actually encouraging them to be disrespectful and, somehow that popped out. Okay, there we go. To be disrespectful and obnoxious. She actually had them cannonballing into the shallow end where it was only 3 feet, right next to the hot tub, to splash myself, my husband, and another guest that was in there with ice cold water. It got so bad after trying to talk to her. The kids kept jumping into the hot tub, even though there was a big sign that clearly stated no one under 18 was allowed in the hot tub. But they kept getting in. They were kicking people, kicking me, kicking the other guest that was in there. Just being complete brats. While the mother literally stood there and encouraged them on. There was even a sign that said to limit your time in the pool as well. 15 minutes max in the hot tub, 30 minutes max in the pool. And then if there are other folks there wanting to get in the pool, you get out. I mean, if anyone had actually wanted to swim, they wouldn't have been able to. Because the small kids were diving or cannonballing in the shallow end, and the older kids were cannonballing in the deeper end. It got so bad that I got out and I went down to the front desk to complain. We also needed towels. There were no dry towels for when we got out of the pool. It was very clear that the lady at the front desk was not going to say anything to them. She seemed very intimidated by this mother when she came in. That the only thing she ended up saying was, please read the posted signs and rules and follow them, please. Well, I don't know if because she said something at all, the woman decided to cut her losses. But shortly after that, her and her brat children left. After, I might add, taking and using all the new towels that were just dropped off for us. So it was like, okay, yeah, you're not a bitch. No, of course not. So that was a little upsetting. I did do some diamond painting. The first day, I completed the whole bottom row. I did 2 sections earlier in the day and then 2 sections later that night. Friday night, I completed only 1 section. No, I'm sorry. I take that back. I completed 2 sections. I completed this whole side. And then Saturday, I only got this section done right here on this side. I did the other top 2 after returning home yesterday because I did not diamond paint in West Virginia at all yesterday on Sunday. I had the ability to try and diamond paint in the car. I didn't really feel like it. So I did not do that. We did, Friday started to cause a little bit of a panic as we were driving back from the zoo because the check engine light came on in the car. We had it red, and it was saying something about the oil manifold lifter. But then it would go off and then it would come back on. And we kept checking the oil because that's what it says to do until you can get it in to be serviced. So we kept checking the oil. Oil level never dropped. Never saw a leak underneath. So we are more inclined to think that it is the sensor, but we're going to have to call and make an appointment to take the car in and get it looked at. Because it can be potentially a very serious issue if it is indeed this oil valve, lifter, manifold, who's a majiggy. So that will be on the to-do list for later today to at least get an appointment to take it in and get it looked at. Kind of sucks though, because right now we have only 1 car since the Durango needed too much work, and so we just decided to sell it because it was not going to pass inspection. And I don't drive that much anymore anyway, but you know, it just kind of was like, great. Because my husband has to have a car to go to work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, because he works from home Mondays and Fridays. We actually have doctor's appointments this week. I have one today on Monday when I'm filming this. It will have been yesterday for you guys when watching it. And my husband has a doctor's appointment on Thursday. So we are going to have to figure something out. So hopefully they have a loaner program and we'll just loan him a car while they have it and are looking at it or fixing it, or hopefully maybe they'll just be able to get it done. And he can just take an Uber back to the house while they get it done and then take an Uber back to go pick it up. You know, I don't know. So we're going to have to figure that out this week. Not to mention then trying to figure out how to pay for it all since we just went on a trip. And the trip did end up costing us quite a bit more, a couple $100 more than we expected to. I don't know why I was thinking that food would be less, and we didn't even get 3 meals a day. We averaged like an breakfast and then dinner. Didn't really have lunch. So, you know, it is what it is. We'll figure it out. I'm jumping around. Hold on. Let me go back because I was about to dive into my diamond painting life. Sunday, she moved into her new house. Now, they are still going back and forth. She can stay. She doesn't have to be out of her college apartment on campus until June 30th. So they rented a U-Haul and moved the majority of their stuff yesterday. The landlord is still doing work on the house. So in the meantime, Emily and Juno are actually staying back at the college apartment. They still have things there that they have to move, but they can be just done via car. And they don't want to have to get more boxes. So they want to be able to unpack some of the stuff that they packed into boxes and then take those boxes and refill them and bring them back. Which, since they have the ability to, you know, get back into, they don't have to be out of the dorm yet, so to speak. I think that's an amazing idea. That's very cost effective. And I think that's a great plan that they are executing. Unfortunately, one of her roommates, because she's moving in with her 2 college roommates, Ashley and Liz, and the 3 of them went in on it. So everything is split in thirds. The house is huge. My house is 2,500 square feet. Her house is 2,000 square feet. I like her house better. She actually has more rooms. And they are actually going to have a craft room that the 3 of them are going to be able to share. She actually has closets. There is a lot of closets and storage space. I would kill to have the amount of closets that she has. I want to steal Ashley's bedroom because the walls are painted purple. And I was like, yes, please. So, yeah, that was, I'm like, can I move in? Please, please, please. All right. So I finished the grass. I'm going to start on the cow. I'm going to start with the star. And that's about, I mean, we got home late last night. Well, not late. It was around 6 o'clock. Pups were really glad and happy to see us. And my husband had schoolwork to do. He is taking summer classes and they started on May 5th. He is working on completing his Bachelor of Computer Science degree. And May 5th is when his class started. And he had his first test that was due by today. That he did the work and then took the test last night. So he is off work today. He has currently been sleeping while I am filming. I'm not sure if he's up yet or not. He hasn't popped his head in. The only sound I have discerned is the dogs. I've heard Rhea, not Atlas, walking around. So I'm not sure if he's up and out of bed. Doesn't matter. He doesn't have to work today. We don't have to be anywhere, or I don't have to be anywhere until my appointment at 4:30 this evening. I have to leave around 4 to get there. They require you to be there 15 minutes early, and it takes about 15 minutes at that time of day in traffic to get there. But that's it. That's all that's going on. My diamond painting life. I'm trying to get back into the groove. I am really excited that I should have quite a few finishes this month. One of them being a big project that I've been working on. I host events for my Patreon members, my Diamond Tribe. And we started in January a Mystery Mania, where we are working on mystery kits. And it's meant to be a project in the background, because what we do is every Saturday, I spin a wheel and random numbers are picked. And those are the only sections that you are allowed to work on your mystery kit for that week. You're only required to complete one of the sections. And we pull anywhere from 3 to 6 sections each week. So you only have to complete one of each week's sections to enter for prizes at the end of the month. And then I do a monthly drawing, and then there are prizes that are given out. A lot of people are very close to finishing their kits. I have drawn all the numbers for May so that I can, so my social media director can go ahead and schedule all of the posts to go up on Saturdays at midnight so that everyone has them if they get up early. Since I now have tribe members, guys, on 3 continents. I have Europe, North America, and South America. My most recent, well, not the most recent, my most recent tribe member is in the UK. She is my first United Kingdom. I have someone in the Netherlands, and I have someone in Panama. I have lots of people in Canada. I think I have 15, somewhere between 12 and 15 tribe members that are in Canada. So yeah, and the amazing Gloria from Panama. It was like she's been here from day one. She just instantly clicked and fit in, and it was so natural. She has been a pleasure to have. We just got a new member from the UK, Liz. She is just a blue dragonfly, so she does not have the tier to be able to Zoom with us. But I am looking forward to trying to get to know her through chat. So I am super excited about that. So we added her. She has not spoken yet, but hopefully soon. Some people never do. Some people, it takes them a little while. They kind of feel us out, and see what's going on in the chat, and then they feel more comfortable to jump in. So I figure she will when she wants to, if she wants to. And that's the great part about the tribe. We have a wide variety of people that take part in different ways. The Mystery Mania is an ongoing. We just had 3 people just start fresh that have joined since the beginning. So they have started. We do not remove any numbers from the drawing. They just keep going repetitively. That way, if someone didn't finish a section or someone new joined, they will be able to get those sections done. But I will have my Mystery 51 will be completed this month. I need to do my last 4 sections of my J-wall, and then I will have the first quarter panel of my J-wall completed. My goal was to have it done by May 17th, which is the end of the J-wall event, and I am on track for that. I have 4 sections left to do. I've been rotating 4 sections one week, 3 sections the next week, and so I'm down to the last 4 sections. So I plan on, my goal is to finish this today. I would like to be able to do my section for my mystery kit for this week, and then get out my space diamonds and get some of that done so I have progress for that kit, and then do my J-wall, and then I can work on my Just Breathe kits. I have 2 that I am currently working on that I need to make some additional progress. My hope is to have 4 completions this month, along with my quarter panel of Spirit of Winter, my J-wall. I am actually almost done my Safari edition. Now, I took a picture, but 6 of them no longer live in my house. They were a gift to Emily's roommate, Liz. And then if you watched my post review on the Crystal Canvas Art Design Teacher Full Crystal kit I did, that I had framed and went to her other roommate, Ashley, who actually got a little teary-eyed. She was very blown away and very touched. If you have been following my channel, you know that Ashley and I have had a kind of a roller coaster relationship regarding her friendship with my daughter. It's had a lot of ups and downs and stuff, but I think we made really good progress this week. And stuff, seeing them and spending time helping Emily move. I have a whole slew of videos that I need to do. A lot of unboxings. I have quite a few small shop hauls that I need to film. There will not be a sneak peek for Ever After this week. They are in transit, but we should be back on the sneak peek route starting next week. So I'm excited about that. I will have, though, an unboxing of the 4 kits that I bought the first opening weekend of Ever After. So I will have those to unbox. I have quite a few other new to me shops that I'm going to be unboxing kits from. I don't want to shout out what they are currently because I want you guys to be surprised. I want to do a video showing, I just got back a whole bunch of stuff from Hobby Lobby, having some things framed, some things dry mounted, and oh my gosh, I keep hitting the thing. I'm so sorry, guys. I hope you're not actually watching, and that I'm not like making you seasick. So it's been bad. But I wanted to do a video showing off those finished completions, being finished. Some of them were framed, some were dry mounted. So I want to do that. And I think I'm going to start doing, I've been contemplating on doing accessory stash videos. Like trinket trays, pens, washi tape. You know, I don't know. Is that something you guys are interested in, or would that just be like a waste of time? I have thought about doing a stash video of my actual diamond painting stash. It would need to be broken down. Probably doing one that's small shops and then doing one that's Dreamer and Diamond Art Club. The 2 big name companies that I buy from. All the rest are small shops that I have purchased from. So I am contemplating on doing that. I had started doing a stash videos a while ago, and then it petered out, but I really want to reorganize, and I'm trying to get everything into my gems flow. So this would be a great way for me to get that done. It's one of those things where there's things like that I want to do, organizational things and stuff, But then that takes time away from diamond painting. And it's like, okay, well, what do I want to do here? So I guess we'll see. We will see what I decide. But let me know down in the comments, you know, if you would be interested in anything along those lines. If I am able to get everything reorganized and stuff here, I would like to do another trip through my art room video. I think that would be kind of cool. But we will see. Something else that I am playing around with, and I really think that I am going to start doing this, is I have a lot. And when I say I have a lot, I'm not joking. I have a lot of small snack size paintings. I'm not talking about my minis. I'm talking about like roughly 30 by 30 or 30 by 40, that kind of size kits. I have a ton from DAC Amazon. I have a ton from the Little Diamonds category on Diamond Art Club. I have a ton of off-canvas projects. I have a whole bunch of snack size kits that I had gotten from Art and Soul, which is no longer in business. And I do think that I want to start whittling them down. If nothing else, I need space for larger kits. So I am thinking about working on more of those, trying to fit a couple in each month. I've thought about taking a whole month and doing nothing but these smaller kits and knocking a bunch of them out. So I do think I am going to do that. Okay, come on. I accidentally put that one in the wrong spot, and now, hang on guys, there we go. Okay. I was having issues. So, you know, let me know what you guys think. I'm thinking about putting up more polls for people to help me decide what kits I'm going to do with these little ones. On my Facebook page. So I need to get back to that and doing that. I have lots of things I want to do, guys. There's just not enough time in the day. Just not enough time in the day. I need to get more done on Sky Gleam. I have not worked on it at all this month, and that is not acceptable, considering it was supposed to be completed last month, and I didn't even get half of it done, because other things came up. But I need to get that done. I have lots and lots of things that I want to do, and lots of things that I want to get done. It's finding the time, the energy, etc. to do it. My stash is a little out of control. Not out of control in terms of I think I have too many, but out of control in terms of I'm running out of space to store them, and they are just like everywhere. Because I'm not utilizing, I mean, to be honest, I'm not utilizing the space I have effectively. That is a huge part of it, is that I'm not effectively using the space that I have. So I need to do that. There's been a lot of talk about stashes and the size of stashes, and some people having a conniption fit because people have hundreds of kits in their stashes and they don't. And then why are you gobbling up new releases that nobody else can get them? And, you know, blah, 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 blah. To quote a whip and chat from a couple of weeks back, knock it off. Just stop. What someone else chooses to buy or purchase is their business. It is of no concern of yours. Whether someone wants to have 5 kits in their stash, or whether they want to have 500 kits in their stash, or even 5,000 kits in their stash, that is their right. That is their right. That is their business. That is none of yours or my concern. Okay? Yes, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. And if you want to have thoughts and opinions about it, go for it. But don't stash shame. I almost did that boo-boo, guys. I was about to start shaking this and I forgot to put the stopper in. All right, we're good now. I've been seeing a lot of stash shaming. I don't know if it's because people are jealous. They're upset that they can't, for whatever reason, space, money, can't have a stash that big. And they are jealous and they deal with their jealousy by lashing out and being mean to people that do have the ability to have large stashes. Once again, knock it off. I'm sorry if you are one of those people that are not financially able to have a large stash. That does suck. It sucks big time. And I feel for you. I really, truly do. I really, really feel for you. But that doesn't mean that you should make someone that is able to feel bad about it. I have a very big stash. Like I said, I do not have all of my kits in my gems flow, but I'm sitting at 375 in my gems flow. I'm figuring I'm probably knocking on 500. Now, however, let me get my handy dandy iPad so that I can demonstrate this. So, let me open it, maybe. Okay. So, let's say I have 500 kits in my stash. Okay? We're going to go with that. You know what? Let's just go with what I actually have. 374 is what my gems flow is currently sitting at. So, 374. Last year I completed 66 kits. Okay? I did 66 kits in the year of 2024. Now, this stash count does include all of my minis. It includes all of my mini dazzles, all my paint gems, and it actually includes all of the coaster sets from DAC. Okay, it does not count Sparkle Pals, or stickers or anything like that, and other off-canvas projects that I get from like Temu and things like that. This is strictly minis and full-size kits. This also does not include any partials that I might have in my house. Okay, so 374. I did 66 kits last year. I'm doing larger kits this year. Let's say I only complete 50. So let's divide that by 50. 7.48. 7.5 years. If I'm only doing 50 paintings a year, 7.5 years, my stash is gone. I don't know about you, but I'm planning on living for more than 7.5 years, considering that would only make me 59.5 years old. I sure hope I live past 60. So I don't consider my stash too big. I don't know what's going to happen financially. My husband and I might be divorcing. If that happens, my spending money buying diamond paintings will come to a crashing halt. I will be lucky if I will have money to buy 5 paintings in a year. So I'm glad I have a large stash. I don't know what's going to be happening with this whole tariff thing. Let's even say, because like I said, I think I'm figuring 500 and I'm only going to do 50. Oh, that's 10 years. But let's take that 500 and divide it by how many I actually did last year, which was 66. That's 7.5 years. I'm back to 7.5 years again. So, you know, leave people alone. With this whole tariff thing, if I'm going to have to pay, you know, $100 to be able to, in tariff fees in order to get kits outside of the United States, which would be all diamond painting kits for the most part, I can't afford to do that. So until this crap is over or, you know, gets changed in regards to certain items or certain, you know, hobbies or small businesses, I'm not going to be able to buy any paintings. So my stash will not be increasing. Stop stash shaming. It's not pretty. Don't make other people feel bad because they have the ability to have more than you do. It's not like they did it on purpose. They didn't come out and say, I want to have more than Susie Q, so therefore I will. Now, what I would like to see stop is all of these people that have decided to make buying and selling Diamond Art Club kits their livelihood. It's very, very frustrating when you see kits that sold out right away and less than a week later, people are selling them because all they did was buy them so that they could jack up the price, sell them to you, and make a profit. Because let's think about this. So I'm Bob, okay? So I'm Bob, and I bought a kit off of Diamond Art Club for $74.99. Well, I didn't actually pay $74.99 for it because I used the VIP group discount code. So, hang on a second. Let's grab that handy dandy iPad again. And let's clear this. Clear. So, I buy a kit for $74.99, but I bought it with the 15% off code that the VIP page gives you. So $11.25 is going to come off. Minus $11.25 equals. So $63.74. I then have to pay tax, state tax for that, sales tax. So $63.74, and my tax rate is 6% here. So $382. So $63.74 plus, I said $382, right? Yeah, $382 equals. So $67.56 is what I paid for that kit. Plus, I earned reward points on that. Okay? So I get reward points on that amount. Well, then I turn around and I go and I sell it and I list it for $125, which is what I've been seeing, plus shipping. So now I've made not quite $60 in profit from buying that kit and then turning around and selling it for more money. And I still got to keep the reward points. So you do that for 5 or 10 kits, you're going to end up earning enough reward points to get yourself $50 in free or $100 in free. What, though, you have done is you've taken advantage of fellow diamond painters. You're taking advantage of people in the community. Now, part of that is the fact that obviously there are people in the community that are willing to do it and willing to pay it, so they are perpetuating it. If these people that started doing this started getting stuck with these paintings, then maybe they'd stop it. But, you know, reselling is a thing. And it's a way a lot of people are making money that nowadays because they need secondary income or they're just lazy. Now, are there times when people go and they make a purchase and they have buyer's remorse? Or something unexpected happens, your dog gets hit by a car, your dog gets sick, your cat has kittens, you get in a car accident, your car breaks down, whatever, and you need money fast. You usually can tell when that is a legitimate issue for someone because they're not going to charge you $50 to $100 off the price of the kit. They're not looking to turn a huge payment. They're looking to get back usually close to what they paid or what the retail is. Because they wish they would have saved that money and then they would have had it for whatever emergency comes up. But once again, getting back to stashes, I do not feel bad about my stash. I do not sit around and go, oh my God, I can't believe I bought another painting. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Oh my God, I'm never going to finish all these paintings. Now, do I have paintings that I need to destash? Yes, yes, I do. And that is one of the reasons why I want to go through my stash as well. Because my tastes have changed. I used to never do people. I have quite a few portrait type paintings in my collection now. I used to do a lot of paintings that are dark and darker colors. They are depressing me. So I'm doing more bright, vibrant paintings. My tastes have changed. So I do need to do a very large destash. Just as an FYI, when I do destash paintings, the Diamond Tribe members always get first dibs. So the Diamond Tribe members will get first dibs. They will be posted in the exclusive Facebook group that is only for tribe members. And then how I'm going to work it from now on is I have a lot of free members to my Patreon. And they get nothing right now. There really is no... there's really no perk for joining. I'm not quite sure why all these people sign up for free accounts. I don't post things very rarely. I'm not a big fan of the Patreon platform. So we do everything through our Facebook Messenger chat and our exclusive Facebook group. But you have to actually be a paid member, either a blue or a purple dragonfly, in order to participate and be able to access that group. So they are from now on going to get second dibs. So anything that doesn't sell it with or from my paid tribe members, then my free members will get second dibs. Then anything that is left, I will start posting on, well, typically what I do is then anyone else that's left, I put it on the Diamonds and Dragonflies community group, which is open to anyone. And then if anything is left after that, then I will post it on other D-stash groups to try and get rid of them. I mean, I have a handful of kits I've been trying to get rid of for quite a while now. So I'm gonna, I need to get on the ball with that. Not because I need to go out and rush out and buy new paintings, because I need to put money into savings so that I am prepared should my husband and I decide to divorce. Which I'm really hoping is not going to be the case. Really, really, really hoping. But I can't guarantee that. So we'll see. We shall see what happens. So that's kind of all that's going on in my diamond painting life right now. What have I been watching, reading, listening to? I have not been doing any reading. I do have the Eye of the World book from Wheel of Time series, which was the first one that I had been listening to on Audible. I need to get back to it. I do desperately want to be listening to it. It's just having the time. I've been listening to a lot of music lately, which is something that I had not been doing. I've actually been, I'm a child of the 80s, guys. I have been actually going into my Apple Music and downloading a bunch of songs from the 80s and 90s that are like blasts from my past and listening to them. It's been bringing me a lot of joy and happiness. So I have been doing that. So I've been listening to a lot more music than I had been, because I hadn't been listening to any. Watching, I started rewatching The Crown, and then I had stopped. Well, while I was on the trip, the only thing I had downloaded on my iPad streaming-wise was Netflix. So I picked up watching The Crown. I got to, I think it's season 4, because it's the first season where it changes to Olivia, not de Havilland, that's Melanie from Gone with the Wind. Olivia Colman. So we have switched queens, and Helena Bonham Carter is now playing Margaret. So that's where I'm at on that. I am still watching Charmed. I think I'm on season 4. So I've kind of been, I don't want to say I'm bouncing back and forth, because that hasn't happened because I just got home. I've been watching, but I'm watching both of them. We'll put it that way. Then, of course, there are the shows that my husband and I were watching together, which is Tracker, Fire Country, Jack Reacher, The Last of Us. I think that's it right now, because everything else is finished at the moment. I'm not sure where we are with that in terms of we're no longer going to be watching TV together, or we're still doing that. I don't know. I have no idea. None whatsoever. So I guess we shall see. We shall see what happens there. But yeah, so that's what I've been I've been doing. I'm really trying to do more self-care for myself. The dogs are doing okay. Everything went fine while we were gone. There were no incidents. Everyone behaved themselves. They were very excited when we got back. Very, very excited to see us. I thought Rhea's butt was going to just shake off her body. She was shaking it so hard. So yeah, I need to place a Chewy order. They are almost completely out of snacks. So I don't want them to start snacking on me. So I need to whip up get some snacks. I'm going to buy some from bags, but then I do have the Bone It Up molds and recipes. So I think I'm going to try and take the time to make some snacks too. The only thing when I'm making snacks, now the freezer ones are no big deal because they can stay in the freezer and they stay good for a while. But the other ones, because they are made with all natural foods, you know, straight out of your kitchen, which obviously is way more healthier for them, but they do go bad. So they will start to mold. So you don't want to make a ton because they're not going to last. But I do think I'm going to start getting some more. I'm trying to utilize their popsicle more. Just look it up. It literally is icicle, but put pup in front of it. It's easier for you to just look it up to understand what it is. But it's to keep them occupied for a little while. It works really well with Rhea. Atlas gets bored. So, but then when does Atlas not get bored? He wants instant gratification. He doesn't want to have to work for anything. So yeah. So that is pretty much what has been going on. So I am going to wrap this up and say goodbye. I am over halfway done this section, so I just got to finish filling him in. So thank you for keeping me company with that. If you are new and this was your first video with me, I do hope that you go and hit that subscribe button. It is one of the things in life that is still 100% totally free for now. So I would love to have you become a part of my YouTube community by hitting that subscribe button. You can then hit the bell to be notified when I put up new videos. I try to do anywhere from 3 to 5 a week. Some weeks my mental health is in the toilet and I might not get that many done. But I really want to try to do more going forward. I have some new series of videos that I want to start doing on my channel. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And once again, thank you if you are returning. I really do appreciate your time and you staying loyal and supporting me. Leave me, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, a cow emoji to symbolize this adorable baby Highland cow. Any cow, because I don't think they have a Highland cow as an emoji, but leave me a cow and leave me a comment and let me know, what do you think about the whole trying to knock out quite a few of these smaller kits and get them down. What do you think about some new series? Different things. Do you want to see a stash video or videos? Do you want to see accessory stash videos? Let me know. And always remember, guys, that kindness is free. So this week, leave me a comment and let me know, what kind thing did you do this week for someone else? And as always, guys, please don't ever forget, because I did for a little while, that without the darkness, we'd never get to see the stars. You got this, guys, just like I do. We just have to remember to just breathe. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care. I love y'all. Bye.